Hey, what's up guys, John Levichers coming to you with an update on the Peru playthrough with the World War 3x4 map. Let's do an update and look straight into what has been going on. This is of course a 4x map, so things have changed really quickly. You can see that my borders, the red, have expanded into Brazil, as well my allies who I have allied with Chile, Brazil, and also New Zealand and Myanmar. But mainly my allies that I'm working with is Brazil and Chile. You can see that we have basically taken over the entire continent. I want to give you guys a little bit of a background of what happened, because there's not really much more to say, because you can see that Venezuela is basically gone and Colombia is gone and is ours. So what happened was we first took over Bolivia. Bolivia went AI. Brazil went all the way in. There's a little bit of Brazil left, I think, here. Yeah, this green. But he came in to Brazil and we let him basically waste his troops against Bolivia and AI. And then Chile and myself moved in here. You can see Bolivia's here. We moved in to the central part after Brazil had dwindled down his troops and their health was down. And then I also had Argentina come into the south, so it was a joint operation to take out Brazil, take him out while he already spent a lot of his troops, and then have Argentina come into his flank. And you can see he took all the coast cities here. And then while that happened, I moved into the central region through the Amazon, took this central city, and then moved further up. So after we had taken Brazil, we formulated a new plan to take out Venezuela because he was a definite threat. He was expanding into Colombia. His allies were Mexico and Cuba. And when I say were, Mexico is basically gone. There's only territories here left. Cuba is still here. We don't know his activity yet, but I'll get to that later. So going back to Venezuela, what our plan was to attack him from multiple directions. So what my role was, and I decided, was to come from here and move up. So you can see this red, that was so, and I moved in to his central part. Chile came from the west and landed and took this area. And then Argentina, he actually moved up here in the north, and you can see, yeah, he's taken mainly the eastern part of the United States. He's at war with Canada. I'm going to show you the units that I used to pull this off. Mainly was a pretty basic stack, and this stack has basically come out and spread out along here in this area. So what I have is I have the tank destroyers, which are level 2 at this moment. I use tank destroyers early in the game because they're cheaper than the battle tanks. I think they're cheaper than the fighting vehicles, and not as cheap of course as the recon, but I would rather get the tank destroyers because they have more hit points against the hard targets, whereas the recon doesn't. They're more of a balance unit, but I can use leveled up infantry to deal with infantry. So that's what I use them for mainly, is hard targets, and it can take out those recon vehicles that people like to research and build those up. So I like to get them, and they're just cheaper to research at first. The rest of the stack, I have a mobile anti-air vehicle level 1. Just wanted to get a little bit of air cover there. Sometimes I get the SAMs, but you can get these pretty much straight away earlier in the game. So I got the mobile anti-air vehicle for some air cover. And then I have infantry, which is now level 6. And when you get level 6 infantry, that's where you can use mortars, which is a ranged attack, and that can be better for your troops because they're a little further away from the front lines, and that can be really beneficial, especially if your enemy doesn't have level 6 infantry. I also have mobile radar, which was part of the stack, but I put them up here. But my mobile radar is level 3. I like to get these actually pretty high to get more accuracy and more range, so I can have vision on what's going on. And then I have towed artillery for my ranged attack. I do have infantry that has range, but it's not as much as my towed artillery. The reason being that I chose artillery over the rockets or the mobile artillery is because it's also cheap to start off, so that's why I chose them. And if you get a lot of them in one stack, you can have a lot of damage. So the reason why this unit is here is because I'm attacking Port of Spain. You can see Port of Spain is empty, and my radar is telling me so because he would tell me if there was a contact here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to move this entire stack there. So I have radar just a little bit more out in the sea, and then I have a little bit of turret artillery for range around the area, and then I have some infantry there. That is that for that area of Venezuela. Venezuela fell pretty quickly for us. To blaze the trail for my units, I also used my attack helicopters, which I have sitting here. I have more spread out in my country, but I had them bombarding different areas. I had them bombard this city as well as this city, along with artillery that was helping out so it could blaze the trail for my troops. I also have heavy bombers. He is flying somewhere. I had him flying around because he's going to bomb a province for me. There he is. I have more. I have a group of 2, but they're gonna. I'm pretty sure there's some units here who took over this province, so I'm gonna bombard, take that over, so I don't have to use any more resources. I'm actually gonna use my mortars here. You can see when you send troops of mortars, they have a circle around them, and that's the radius for the mortars for level 6. If you did not know that. Going to Central America, after I've cleaned up basically this area, I'm gonna build more heavy bombers and just start bombing this area, to carpet bomb it for my units to move in. Use my artillery as well. Let's look into my research tree, show you guys what's going on. So for infantry, I have them almost leveled up, of course, to level 6. And then I have my tank destroyer at level 2. Artillery, I have it going to level 2, which this right here is extending its range, the rocket assisted projectiles. And then you have your mobile anti-air, I have level 1. Now let's look at maybe a little more of a leveled up version so you guys can kind of see what kind of damage they can do. When you have them leveled up a little bit more, 5 damage on your fixed wing, and then 6.5 on helicopters, and then a little bit more damage on things here. Of course, you can keep leveling up, but imagine if you had a few of these in a stack, how much damage you could do. And then I have my mobile radar to level 3, and you can extend these even further. You can get into locate stealth aircraft, can be really beneficial for you. I have my helicopters at level 2, probably going to go to level 3 or 4 with these. I have my air-spirited fighters at level 2, probably got to get these up to level 4 eventually for more range. These are great for protecting your troops in the air and have really high attack ratings against other fixed-wing aircraft. You can see 15, so if you had a few of these together, you can get some really good attack ratings, especially against helicopters as well. And you can get the cruise missiles equipped on these at this level, which can be very beneficial for you for really trying to pack a punch with your fixed wing. Then you have your heavy bomber. I have them going to level 3, and that will extend their range. Probably will get these to the stealth bombers. I want these to be my little secret punch. And then I don't have any surface vehicles or surface vessels, but I do have the attack sub at level 2. I'm going to keep extending these probably until I have the this area here where they can have cruise missiles. And then I want to show you over here just really quick. We have New Zealand and Myanmar who have taken the Indonesia region. I advise them as the leader to take this area. This looks really bad though. Uh-oh, looks like one of our allies has been attacked by Canada. Canada's gone all the way down here, which is good for us because that probably means a lot of his units are down there, and that's why we've been able to be successful in this area with our coalition. So look at that. Alright guys, I'll see you next time in the next update. Have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll talk to you later.